Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, DMD, back once again with another Starfield video. Sorry it's been a minute, but my parents took our family on a vacation to Universal Studios in Florida, so I've been spending some time recovering from all that walking and being around more people than I have ever seen in my entire life. But I'm back, and today I wanted to talk about why I love Starfield. I really feel like I needed to make this video because of how many hate farm videos on Starfield I've been getting shoved because of the algorithm, and wanted to help even the scales a bit. That's right. I love Starfield. Let's get into it. Let's start off this conversation with talking about the music. Enon Zur has delivered an absolute banger of a score. I played the game for over 140 hours at this point, and I have yet to hear a song that I didn't love. In my opinion, every single song perfectly captures the mystery and wonder of science fiction. Bold brass sections and sweeping melodies constantly leaves me in a state of awe each time I step on a new moon or planet. If you feel the same way I do about the score for Starfield, I highly recommend finding a way to get a hold of the art book and soundtrack to this game. I couldn't help myself and got the premium upgrade, and the digital art book and soundtrack that came with it is absolutely amazing. You can kick back, relax, light a few candles, and watch a sideshow of all the incredible art that made the game, all while floating in space with Enon. With this new entry to Enon Zur's composition, he surely has cemented himself as an all-time great video game composer. Next, I want to talk about the lighting. The lighting in this game is really freaking good. Like I said before, I've played this game quite a bit, and even now I find myself surprised at just how good it looks. At this point, I've seen New Atlantis in probably 30 different shades of light, and each one really affects how the area looks. Sometimes it's foggy, and the light looks gray and gives this dull look about the city. Sometimes it's bright blue sky with nice bright light. Sometimes it's a warm orange. Sometimes it almost looks greenish. I've been on planets with blue land and red lighting. I don't know shit about any of this technically, if you couldn't tell, but hopefully you get what I'm saying here. The lighting and the way that lighting changes in the game based on a bunch of different variables just amazes me. And for a console player, it's some of the best I have ever seen. Up next is the combat. In my opinion, the combat in this game is the smoothest and best feeling combat Bethesda has done yet. With that said, the melee does leave a lot to be desired, but that is kind of Bethesda. They aren't really known for impressive melee combat, and unfortunately that doesn't really change with Starfield, but I will say that melee does get better the more points you put into the corresponding skills. Otherwise, it's practically useless. The gunplay, however, is the exact opposite. Bethesda has managed to take another step forward in their gunplay. It's smooth, responsive, and most importantly, it's dang fun. I do not get tired of shooting dudes in this game. This is helped by a great arsenal of weaponry to choose from, and it gets even better through modding your weapons. These weapons are all really cool looking, and all the weapons I've used have felt great. It is incredibly satisfying taking down a group of pirates, running, gunning, and boost packing and turning the gravity off, and god dang, it is just a blast to play. Moving on, let's talk about atmosphere. Do I really need to say anything else? Bethesda has delivered once again with some of the most detailed atmospheres in the industry. The worlds they have made in Starfield are an absolute joy to walk in. This is complemented by my earlier points, music and lighting. You tie all that together with incredible detail and amazing art design, and you've got yourself something special. There are just so many places in this game where it is so chill to just pop a squat, light some candles, and vibe. I've sat in Galbank in New Atlantis just to vibe with the lobby music and watch the sunset through the window panes, and it was delightful. I've gone down into the well and just hung out in caves. I can't go to Neon without RP walking my way into that city. taking a bridge underneath this crazy oil-looking platform in the rain with all the neon signs is a treat, and it looks amazing. The same can be said for the moons and planets. The atmosphere literally changes the atmosphere. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's just awesome. Let's talk more about the planets and moons. Each one has looked different and has been visually interesting. I also love that planets and some moons actually have a few different biomes contained in them. I haven't seen that in any other space games before, so I think that's pretty cool and adds a nice touch of realism to the game. Walking from one biome to another is so damn cool. I remember one time I was walking through a forest and it slowly started to change little by little, and it became a beach, and it just felt and looked really natural. That is the kind of shit that goes a long way with immersing me. It's also awesome that each planet and moon has its own atmosphere and gravity. That gives each planet and moon its own identity, and I think that's really cool. Honestly, the gravity in Starfield is one of my favorite things about the game. Several of my best shock moments in my playthrough so far have come about thanks to the gravity, or the lack thereof. Up next, let's talk about the cities. The cities they have made in this game are the biggest and the best we have ever seen in a Bethesda game, ever. Every single one is dripping in atmosphere and detail and things to do. Bethesda has never made cities so enjoyable to walk around in and explore. The visuals of each city are stunning. If you think about the cities in Skyrim, or Fallout 4, there are quite a few that are so small you could walk through one in a minute. Some cities in Skyrim are almost more in line with citizen outposts in Starfield. Regardless of how you feel about Starfield, you would have to be a fool not to see the giant leaps they took with their cities in this game. Each city in the game is teeming with citizens, shops, quests, and vistas like we have not seen in a Bethesda game before. Some people think that the no-named citizens don't do anything, but I've actually received a quest from one when I tried to interact with them. Anytime I go to a new city in Starfield, I get excited because I know how much more I'll have to do. I might be a basic batch, but New Atlantis is my favorite city in the game, and also my favorite city Bethesda has ever made. And I hope they go just as hard on ES6 as they did with Starfield. Next up, role-playing. In my opinion, Starfield has put more roleplay systems in this game than any of their previous games. When they say you can be whatever you want to be, they really mean it in Starfield. You want to be a pirate, a chef, a businessman, maybe you want to build a mining empire and become a mogul. This game truly gives you the options to do more than ever before. Not only that, but they give you plenty of payoffs for playing your way and telling your own story. The way the progression system works in Starfield makes your decisions have all that much more weight and really can make you feel like you are your character. Add in backgrounds and traits to choose from, and you have the best RP mechanics Bethesda has ever done. Now let's talk about the ships. You aren't going to find another RPG with shipbuilding like Starfield. In fact, there might not be any RPGs with shipbuilding, period. I'm not sure. But they really went above and beyond, giving us so many different parts to customize and style. On top of that, they give you the freedom to pick the color schemes of all the parts as well. That level of customization is highly praised in other games, but when it comes to Starfield, no one seems to mention it. It's kind of odd. Building my first fully custom ship was awesome. It did take a little time and some tinkering to get everything the way I liked it, of course, and it took some time to learn the system and how to build a ship, but when it finally came together, I had my own ship. That really brings with it a lot of joy, pride, and even more role-playing stories and possibilities. I scraped together as many credits as I could to afford that ship, and I love it. I can't wait to build another one, honestly. Just having a garage full of custom-made ships sounds so cool to me. Outside of shipbuilding, there are a ton of really sick ships up for grabs all throughout the game that you can steal, commandeer, buy, or earn. And each one I've seen so far has been pretty badass, with a few exceptional standouts. Bethesda really nailed the NASA punk aesthetic perfectly. Alright, I don't know if I want to make this video any longer. I've been rambling on enough, I'd say, so I'd like to finish by talking about the quests. Just a disclaimer here, I have really only completed about 20 main/faction quests, give or take. So what I'm about to say is subject to change as I continue my own journey, but from what I've seen so far, Starfield has incredible quests. I've seen Mexican standoffs, colony ships, large space dogfights, the universe's first human colony, food processing plants that are being stalked by monsters, the archives, Section 11, the list goes on and on. There have been some truly spectacular quests I've completed, and I don't expect that to change as I continue to play, but I have barely scratched the surface. And Starfield has already shown me some inspired quest design that honestly keeps pulling me away from doing all the extra side stuff that I love doing so much, like bounty hunting, shipbuilding, decorating, outpost building, and crafting. There is so much to do and have fun with in this game, and the quests are no different. Alright everyone, that's where I'm going to stop the video today. Hope you all liked it. If there's something that you wanted to add to the list, let me know down in the comments. Keep in mind, I'm still nowhere close to finishing my first playthrough, so there certainly is stuff I have missed. If you hate Starfield, guys, don't comment. Please don't comment your hate down there, because that's weird. Don't do that. That's weird behavior. Anyway, everyone else, thank you so much for the support. Consider giving your boy a like and subscribe for more Starfield content. We back. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe, be kind, be a good person. Auf Wiedersehen.